All right, everyone. It is 9:37 p.m. Central Standard Time. My name is Chris Solora, founder of Simple Raincoat Trading. Sorry I wasn't able to get a video out yesterday. I was just a little bit too busy with some stuff that I was working on. But I am back here with your crypto market update. So it looks like we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. Um, as you can see here, well, let's just take it from the top here. The daily Rankos. Um, Looking quite bullish. I like the fact that we've got two now. Two, make this bigger. We've got now two green daily Renko bricks. And these were both, well, they're formed not on back-to-back days, but good bullish momentum coming back in. And you can see we even do have this projection bar, a third one almost complete. But I mean, we need this day to close. We need this day that literally just started 2.5 hours ago. We need this day to close um, with that bar full before we'll get the print. So um, looking good on the daily Renkos for the bulls out there. The 4-hour Renko is going to show pretty much the same thing. You can see here is the top of our range that we've been in for the longest time right here. We did kind of print one brick. Once we got up here, we got this one little red brick down here. Make this bigger. We got this one red brick down there, but then that was just, those sellers were just gobbled up with more bullish appetite, and the price is being pushed up even higher. One thing I want to point out here on these 4-hour Renkos, and also I'm going to point it out to you on the 1-hour, you guys pay attention for areas like this. You see these little clusters where there's red bricks down, then a green brick up, and then red down. There could be an imbalance of supply and demand up in here. Okay, so let me get some lines out here. I'm usually not drawing lines, finding little areas, little zones on the Renko chart, but in this case I am. I don't trade off the Renko charts because they're not very accurate to trade off of. But anyway, so here is this little zone. So we're going to need to watch out and just kind of watch what price does here, because up in this area, you can see that price has not been back in that area for quite some time. Okay, so up in this area, this is the area that was created on the big sell-off, the big huge correction from the all-time high. So outside of this range, I mean, once we get to this area here, we will be well out of this range, and it'll kind of be like the Wild West. We will not know what is awaiting us up in that territory. Okay, so just use caution when we're kind of starting to print bricks up here. We'll look at that area on the candles too when we get there in just a second. On the 1-hour Renkos, that area, that same area, it looks like this cluster of bricks up here. This is, essentially the same thing. It's just broken down into more bricks. So that is this, excuse me, that is this cluster of bricks right up here. Okay, you can see that price just kind of chopped around there and then just broke out to the downside pretty fast and hard. So same thing, we're just going to wait, keep printing bricks and just wait to see what kind of price action we get up here around 44,000. So that's what it looks like on the 1-hours. And now on the daily candles, yeah, I mean, we're looking pretty bullish. We'll start with the averages here. So you've got, oh, excuse me, got a pretty significant crossover there. We've had several days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now a sixth. We'll just say 5 closed days after that crossover. So that's very bullish. Bulls have a lot of work to do, though. Don't get too excited. Don't get overly excited, because look at how far we are from the all-time high. We've still got some support here that should act as resistance. And we've got supply levels. I'm looking at one a little bit further below current price, so further below that price there. So we've got traditional resistance here. We've got some more resistance up here. You can see that, but I'm seeing some supply levels a little bit lower than those two. So the first level that I've got my eyes on, you guys, for a potential, the next, I should say, um, bearish jolt down is going to be right in here. So you can see right in here we had this first day here, market jumped down, and this is all during that big sell-off. Then within the range of this candle, within the range of the high to the closing price of this second red candle, you can see we just kind of paused there. But that third one, that leg out, man, that's where we just got pounded all the way down to about 30,000. Okay, so just keep your eyes on this area here. Pay very close attention to the price when it gets up here. I am kind of assuming that I'm assuming experience has taught me that there should be sellers that are up here, is what I'm trying to say. Um, so I would expect maybe a move like this. Let's just see this, very strong uptrend continue in here. But look out, that might be a bull trap. So we might snag it and then head down here. Maybe to kind of touch, maybe to get back to touch where this McGinley average might be. Okay, so if you see this McGinley, if we kind of extrapolate out from here, we kind of extrapolate out from there, roughly maybe we might get a move like that, and we'll just have to see. The question then, if we do get this move like this if we do get this reaction from that level, then the question will be, do the bulls have what it takes to continue moving the price up? And then we'll be looking at targets further up, like 50,000, 55,000, and so on and so forth. But first level that I'm looking at here for a potential correction is right up here, around in between 43, call it, and 46. So we'll have to see. That's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Taking a look at some of the other, actually, before we do that, just to go over these indicators here, also keep in mind Bitcoin getting a little bit up there with the MFI, that money flow index approaching 75. Also Chaikin money flow, while this is indicating that the bulls are in control, being way above the zero line here, while that is indicating that bulls are in control, keep in mind the relative peaks of this Chaikin money flow. So you can see here, pretty high there. Okay, we're getting, the highest that I can see. Oh wow, it's actually gotten a lot higher. This Chaikin money flow got all the way up to 4 up here. But still, keep this in mind. Whenever the Chaikin money flow is testing, whenever it is testing previous peaks like this here, just keep in mind that that could be a little telling. Okay, it's not as though we're looking at the chart and the Chaikin money flow is, well, we'll just back it up a couple days. It's not as though we're looking at the chart and we're right here, okay, where the Chaikin money flow is still below zero, or maybe this day here where we just breached it. It's not as though we're looking at that and the nearest peak is all the way up here. We are now looking at this, okay, and the nearest peak, we're right at it there, right at 0.2. So just keep that in mind, okay. And this is also lining up pretty well with where we're expecting some sellers to come into the market. So just use caution out there. All right. Looking at Ethereum, we'll just do this real quick here. Looking pretty solid. On the daily candles, on these daily candles, we haven't even we haven't even been back to the McKinley. So Ethereum looking pretty good there. You can see the whole average and the price hovering well above the McKinley. So that's good. Checking money flow, again, getting a little bit on the high side. Okay. Excuse me, the money flow index, MFI, getting a little bit on the high side. Chaikin's got some room to go. Okay, Chaikin is a little bit low. I'd say there's more room to run here. Ethereum looking quite bullish right now. Quite bullish right now. I like the fact that we broke through. I like the fact that we pierced through this nearest high. I like the fact that we pierced that right here. We pierced it, sold off, and now we're continuing to move up. So that's good. That's very bullish. Cardano, looks similar to Ethereum. Similar to Ethereum, we have not broken. Cardano has not broken this high, but again, we made a nice push. We had this day here where we sold off, and now we've got so far 2 days. Well, one closed green day, but we're just chopping up. We're chopping up. I'm just going to switch down into a 4-hour chart and just kind of show you what is going on with the averages here. So on all of these, Bitcoin looks a little bit overstretched. If you're looking at this intermediate 4-hour chart, you can see Bitcoin's 4-hour chart. I'm looking at the averages now. This looks a little bit overstretched. Okay. That's not to say that it can't push higher. It can definitely push higher. It can push much, much, much higher before we really see a correction. But that's looking a little bit stretched. Ethereum, though, you can check out Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's like just starting the bounce off of that McKinley average. Okay, so that's good. So Ethereum looks like it's closer to the bottom of the barrel. Cardano, very, very close to the bottom of the barrel. You can just see that price. It just looks as though price just wants to jump off of that McKinley average. And this McKinley average has been sloping up since we got the crossover here. Since we got the bullish crossover here, this McKinley average has been sloping up, up, up. Okay, and that hasn't changed. So the trend is your friend until the bend at the end, right? That's what they say. So ADA with these averages so close, looks like we're at the bottom of the barrel there. XRP, another one, looks like we're close to the bottom of the barrel here. Plenty of room to go. It looks like we broke through something up there. It was close though. We had a correction from it, but definitely broke through. Anyway, so XRP, bottom of the barrel. Link, this is another one. Kind of looks like Bitcoin. Link looks a little bit like Bitcoin, just with how overextended and apart these averages are. But again, not gonna. That doesn't automatically mean that it's gonna just sell off and things are gonna return to the mean, because price averages, they can revert from the mean for quite some time and remain overbought. So DOT, another one. This looks very close to the bottom of the barrel. If there's a, if we're going to get a little trampoline bounce, some of these ones, you guys, where these averages kind of met and are bouncing off of each other, these might be your best bets. So there's DOT and Doge. Doge, you'll see this is interesting. I don't know why my McKinley average is not printing. I'll show it to you on here. This is on here. If you look at Doge actually is the only one of these on my list here that actually pierced below, and now it crossed back above. So again, you can just kind of see that this market just wants to keep creeping up. It's just holding that McKinley pretty well. So I'm betting that at least in the near term, we might see some more bullish prices. And I'm just looking at this 4-hour chart, just saying, hey, look, that seems to be the trend. This 4-hour McKinley seems to be holding up the market pretty well here. Kind of like how it was holding the market down. If you look over here, okay, McKinley holding that market down here. Well, then we get a pretty significant crossover. We got a fake out here. Made a fake out, bullish crossover, fake this out there, drops back below there. Now we've got this pretty legit, significant bullish crossover, price extended, price returned, and now you can see that price is just kind of holding that average. So love the way that these averages are playing around with each other to help us determine who is in control. And that's really it. That's what I'm seeing, you guys. So stay safe out there. Trade smart. Always measure your risk. Don't be afraid of being wrong. Yeah, measure your risk so that you can live to trade another day. That's the name of the game. Just live to trade another day. So, all right, that's what I got for you here. Check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/simplerenko trading. Thank you as always for following, and stay tuned for three-dimensional trading, how to keep your trading simple. That's coming out soon. All right, guys. Ciao.